Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Daniel Francis, and in this video, I'm gonna break down how to get coaching clients online in 2024. If you guys don't know too much about me, I built a multi-six-figure coaching business, helping people overcome stuttering. And in these videos, I share my blueprint of what's worked for myself, so you guys can learn, apply the same methods and strategies in your own business and get great results. Let's get into it. So let's start off with number one, which is to build a coaching package and not sell an hourly rate. I think a lot of the old school mentality of, oh, my consulting fee is $100 an hour. As a therapist, my fee is $150 an hour. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'll give you my perspective. As someone who went to a speech therapist to overcome my stutter, I just came to the conclusion that someone has to be incentivized to get the job done. And so in my eyes, if you're my speech therapist and if I'm fixed after 3 weeks, I'm not gonna pay you anymore. So why fix me in 3 weeks, right? Why fix me in 4 months? Because technically, if all of your clients are getting better in a short period of time, which is the goal in my eyes as a coach or a consultant, well, if I'm only charging you a couple hours of my time, now I've just lost a client and I have to go get someone else now. And so my thought process was to kind of flip it, upside down, which is, this is my coaching package. My coaching package is this rate, so it makes sense. This is the content you're gonna get with it. And the goal of this program is to get you this end result. And we're gonna prioritize this end result. My program is, let's say $2,000. It's gonna be for 12 weeks, and we're gonna do all these different exercises and workbooks and assignments, and you're gonna show up on these coaching calls, and by the end of 12 weeks, if you don't feel like your speech is 10 times better, if you don't feel like a different person, then either I give you back your money, or we keep working until we get the job done. It's a different perspective. Now, I can't guarantee that someone's technically gonna be able to speak 10 times better. I can't guarantee when I work with a business client that they're gonna land a client sooner or later, or their business is gonna grow. But I'm gonna make it the priority of the relationship versus here's 10 hours of my time. I hope we get the job done. If you don't get the job done, wink, wink, you gotta pay for another 10 hours of my time. Next thing you gotta do is you gotta build an audience. So for me, it's funny because I chose, I would like to say, a pretty tough audience because I didn't know a single person who stuttered. Like, I didn't want even people knowing that I had a stuttering issue.
Did I stutter?
And so what I had to do was I had to build a community of people looking to overcome this challenge, right? And so the beautiful thing about the online space is I'm working with people all across the world. If you have already a network, and let's say you're a fitness coach and you have people who follow you for fitness, I didn't have that. So what I did is I had to build an audience for the community. And so that's why I always recommend Facebook groups. What I did was I built a community called Overcoming Stuttering Community. And all I didn't have a lot of money, so I couldn't run a ton of ads. I had to grow this community organically. And I would say, hey, my name is Daniel. I'm building a Facebook community for people who are looking to overcome stuttering. I'm not a speech therapist, big disclaimer, but I share my tips of how I, improve my speech and blah, blah, blah. Would you be open to join? What I would find is people who was interested in this topic would come and join my group. Then when they joined, they would connect with other people. And then before I knew it, the group grew from 10 people to 50 to 100 to 300 to 500, it just kept growing. And so for you, if you have an audience, awesome. I would recommend building a community. I'm a guy who I would recommend a community over being an influencer because people want to be part of communities, not just follow an influencer. So that's the question that I have for you right now is, do you have a community and are you growing the community? Now, the next thing you might say is, well, I don't know my niche. I don't know what's best, or I don't know what I should call my community. That's fine. Think about a rough niche right now. Think about a rough idea. So say, for example, you want to be a relationship coach. Okay, great. Here's the easiest way to call your community. Call it the end result your community is striving for. So let's call it the Developing Healthy Relationships in Life community. Just call it that. You're like, I don't really like that name. It doesn't matter, you can change your name after. So the idea is build a rough, I called my first community the Stuttering Genius. No idea why.
Because I'm a genius.
It didn't really make any sense. And then I got myself a coach. I learned called the end result, Overcoming Stuttering Community, right? And so for you, number one, you gotta sell a package. Number two, you have to build an audience and a community, and then you have to give value to the community. Hope this is making sense. Let's go to number three. Number three, this is giving ridiculous amounts of free value. Let me tell you the line, you can tattoo it on your arm. Make your free stuff so good that people start asking for your paid stuff. I'll say it one more time. Make your free stuff so ridiculously amazing. Like, what am I hoping from these videos? I'm hoping that one person watches these videos and be like, I can't believe he's giving this stuff all away for free. I want to book a call with him and I want to work with him and his team. That's the idea. Because I'm making my free stuff so good. My belief, and this is a whole different conversation, is I don't charge for information, I charge for implementation. As a coach, you should think the same way as well. And so let's go back down to value, because now you have the package, now you have the community. Let's go to number 3, which is value. Value is not just in terms of like recording a video or writing a little post. And it's definitely not about posting another quote, okay? Value is about, hey guys, this Wednesday, I'm doing a 45-minute presentation on the 5 simple breathing techniques you could do to improve your fluency. And you're gonna build a presentation and teach it. For free? Yeah, for free, right? Because if you could do that properly, one person goes, I can't believe how good this is. And I align with their story, I align with this person, and I'm so grateful, and this is called the law of reciprocity. If you give and give and give and give to someone, naturally, you will get back. You start to build a fan base and an audience, and then people start raising their hand. Then we go to number 4. Number 4 is make your offer so good that it would be silly for someone to say no. So I used to work for a telecom company where, internet, TV, and home phone. They would say, no, I'm not interested. I would always say, I know you're not interested. You take care of the bills. My job is to kind of show you what the competition is offering. And if you want to sign up, perfect. And if you don't, the worst case is you take it back to your current provider and hopefully you get a better deal. So when someone would be like, no, I don't want that. I'm like, are you crazy? How much are you paying a month right now? $200 a month for internet, TV, and home phone? That's ridiculous. If we're offering you $120 a month on a 2-year plan, even if you don't sign up because you don't like this company, go bring it back. So I'd make an offer so good, it'd be silly to say no. So people would be like, okay, so what's your offer? Boom, 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 boom. And I would say, look, this is my program. This is the rate of it. This is what you get, blah, 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 blah. So you build a ton of value. And then you make an offer so good, it's silly to say no. And look, if you go through my whole program, you have to watch every single video. You have to do the actual assignments, show up on the coach calls. You go through everything. And if you don't feel like your life is 10 times better, I don't want to keep your money and I'll give you back your money. That's making an offer so good, it's silly to say no. So let me get this right. I can go through everything. And if you suck, I can get my money back. Yeah. Well, how can you guarantee that? I'll put it into writing. I've never had a chargeback in being in the high ticket coaching space. And so my whole point to you is I had to make an offer silly proof. And so for you guys as coaches, is your offer so good it would be crazy for them to say no to it? And if not, you got to fix it. You got to put it on the line, right? You got to make it risky, not just for them, but also for you. And when you do that properly, the guard goes down and they go, all right, fine. Let me see it in writing. This call is recorded, blah, 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 blah. Awesome. Now let's go to number 5. And number 5, life can get pretty chaotic, especially in business, because there's so many things to do. There's so many paths: marketing, sales, operations, admin, finance, systems, everything. But when you simplify things with these 2 KPIs, your life gets easier. As a coach, there's only 2 things you should be focused on. Number 1, booked calls, and number 2, closed calls. That's it. And when you simplify life like that, well, how do I know if I'm moving the needle within my business? Whenever I do an audit on someone's business, I ask them these 2 questions. How many calls did you book last month? How many calls did you close last month? And then from that, sure, you can ask how much did you collect, or how much sales did you generate? And so for you, it's about focusing on needle moving activities. So if you actually follow all 5 of these, and let me kind of go through all 5 of them one more time, which is number 1, coaching package, not an hourly rate. Number 2, build a community and grow it around the niche that you want to work with. Number 3, give a ridiculous amounts of free value where people start saying, man, this is so good. I'm curious to see what their paid stuff is. Number 4, make an offer so good, it would be silly for them to say no. And number 5, the only 2 KPI, the only 2 indicators that really matter in growing a coaching business is book calls and close calls. So if you guys are enjoying these videos, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, share some love down below, share this with another friend, another coach, another consultant, another person in the online space. And I hope these videos inspire you, motivate you, give you the strategies to grow your business to the next level. My name is Daniel Francis, and it's a pleasure, and we'll see you in the next video. We'll see you very soon.